Hello, hello. We're gonna go over Overlord Roz. She's coming up soon, and I figured I'd go over some of her stats and all that kind of stuff. Just do a general overview and a am I going to pull her thing. Um, Looking at everything she does, she's an int user, so she's gonna have that big S in int. The rest of the ones are all A plus, and C, and HP, of course. Um, She's also a int monster user, and she's also king. So, of course, everyone knows I use Homura, and my king statue is actually fairly decent. Uh, you know, with 1250 power, which is pretty good. So, I mean, that will buff her int even more. Um, you know, generally same resistances and all that kind of stuff. Um, Pretty good resistances here. Not many people use sleep or poison. They're more into the confusion paralyze route for PvP. Going down to the abilities. Alright, so our leadership ability, all allies, when equipped with a staff or magic monster weapon, int and HP plus 18%. So this is your basic leadership ability of anywhere between 15 to 20% on either base stats or your DPS stats. This one adds in HP, which is nice, especially for like PvP, that survivability and all that. Her NE1 Lightning Prey. Uh, Looking at the abilities going down, she's very selfish. It's all self oriented, but she buffs her wind damage by 70%, so that's going to make her a really good DPS, especially for raids. Because, we're used to anywhere between 55 to 60. We just started getting 70 recently, uh, as far as damage able to be buffed. Uh, General note: we can't really get there now, but max damage buff is 300%. So this plus your four others, let's say they're 20% buffing the whole party. 20, 40, 60, 80. 80 plus 70 is 150. So you're about halfway there in terms of buffs for wind damage. The good thing about her is she actually meshes pretty well with some of the later supports coming out that buff damage based on if you use wind or if you crit or something like that. Her NE5 at start of turn, the fewer surviving enemies there are, the higher the SP gain. So it's an SP buff for herself. Um, this will be good for whenever she's using some of her skills, her 1000 action gauge skill down here. Um, as well as, if you're doing this for raids particularly, hopefully by the time you get to your DPS, you've gotten rid of the two side characters, side printies, and you'll get the maximum 30% off with one character. Her NE7, the Black Rose Princess Destruction. At start of turn, gain int and CRT buff that increase the fewer surviving enemies there are. So this goes along with that SP. If you have one enemy left, you'll gain a 30% int and CRT buff. So her base of using monster int will actually be that 4% plus the 30. She'll have a 34% chance, or 1 in 3 chance, basically. Looking at her skills, uh, you're going to have her 1000 action gauge, which increases her CRD and buff turn count. So what this is also going to do is change this 30% buff that's one turn into a 2 turn buff. So she'll have a 64% chance, or 2 and 3%, or 2 and 3 times chance to actually crit, while also buffing her critical damage. So this is pretty dang good. Um, Here's where she falls flat though. She does not have a S rank skill for damage. So overall, I don't think she's going to be very good for raid, um, or even spar space, or even spar space. Um, she can debuff quite a bit. In fact, the speed going down helps with sparse space because you'll actually, depending on how you play for sparse space, you'll want that enemy to take as few turns as possible. But it also does get rid of the target's buffs. Uh, I might actually use her as a support, even though she doesn't really do too much in terms of support up here. She gets one thing, but being able to debuff, remove their buffs, as well as slow them down will be decent in sparse space. I'm still torn if I should get her or not, particularly because of that S rank skill being missing. And she can't become an axe character, so she can't get the S skill there. Uh, her NE3, which is usually the S skill rank, is a very highly concentrated AoE. The fewer surviving enemies there are, the more skills power increase. I don't know if that will actually bring it up to S tier. If it did, that would be nice. But we've seen stuff like this before, and it was a marginal buff. Um, she does have a bunch of boosting skills down here, most of them speed and magic. So I don't know particularly if they're nice. She does have badass stats. Overall, she's nice to look at, but I don't know if I'll actually want to get her. Um, I do like that they went in with this, but being missing that S rank skill is just very sad, especially when you've obviously targeted it to be a DPS. Like, all of this is all DPS all day without a way to actually get DPS in. So, am I going to go after her? Yeah, it's possible. I like the increase of the buff count, but once again, go away, Wiki. That is only to herself. Um, to be fair, that also increases buffs like uh, if you run Archangel Flown, one of her abilities is only one turn, so it makes that buff turn go up another turn, so you get to go that next turn as well. Um, so you can, in fact, max out stats very quickly with her. But what's the point if you can't get the actual DPS in? That B rank is really low. Super low. Ugh. But besides that, unique skills down by 220. Normal things, SP reduction instead of. Honestly, I wish that this Overlord Authority would have been down here as power up and possibly get it up to A rank. Somehow to get it up to A rank. B rank is fine. And hopefully this right here would have gotten it up to S. But no. Um, that being said, we should be getting the rerun of Overlord Priere, and I'm thinking, yep, it looks like she got a buff at some point. I'm not sure if that is with this update coming up. We'll see. But she's got the same thing, except she's a physical stat user, I believe. Yep, physical. And she's a queen unit. Uh, I've already got her, but personally, I'm probably going to go after him because I missed out on him last time they were up. But I'm not sure. We've got quite a few units coming out. Let me go down here to the list. So we're right in here, right? We're getting her. the next month should be 100 Night. Uh, as you've probably seen, the Japanese is getting a rerun of 100 Night, which is going to be good. We don't know any information about badass characters or anything like that coming out. A lot of people are going to want re-events. I'm not sure if the other characters, a lot of them are nice, and I like the way they look, but I don't know if I can justify it. The good thing is the only king character coming out of it is this right here. She is a DPS. She's an int user, which I have not built up any ancients of int, so I do not know if. See, this is what I like to see. She's still a DPS with that. She buffs everyone. But okay, nope, she does not have an S rank skill, so she's just a very strong support, I guess. We'll get into her later. I'll make a video about the whole 100 Night scene and raid and all that later. Um, yeah, yeah. I think I'm going into another skip week or skip month, but we'll see. I was really happy whenever 100 Night came out, but I'm not sure I just feel invigorated like I used to. Um, I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe it's because I've been looking too much into the Japanese servers and what they've gotten and how much they've power crept and all that kind of stuff. Because God have they power crept quite a bit to the point to where I need to wait until. Where is this at? We are right here. I need some of these bride units. Specifically Sapphire. Because I have a future build that I am really looking forward to. Really, really looking forward to. Super, really looking forward to. But of course, there's a bunch of characters in between. You've got the Xeno event again coming out with future Usalias that are split in half somehow. Sali. I don't know. They renamed it really weird. Rutal is a really nice one. I definitely am going to want her. Let me close that out. We'll go into there later. Um, and of course, I've still got my event going on. So if I can get up to 100 subs, I'm going to give out wherever she goes, wherever she is. Whenever Flownzilla comes out, I'll have some Godzilla merch that I'm giving out. I've got a Mothra lanyard, I've got a Mecha Godzilla lanyard, and hopefully I'll get up some more stuff. But the only way you'll be able to get the merch is if you do subscribe. Like some of the videos. That'll increase odds as well, just because I can see that, and it helps out the channel quite a bit. Besides that, yeah, let's see how she does. Whoop, this is not her, is it? No, nope. There we go. Let's see how she does. She'll probably be pretty dang good in PvP, specifically because of this AoE. Just getting her a B ranked AoE in, that's a lot of damage for the other team. And since she'll be having a 64% crit, she's a PvP unit. Let's just say that. She's a really good PvP unit. Because this is going to last. She'll be gaining enough SP to be able to do all of this because, let's be honest, this is going to be cheap. You'll gain all that SP back. And it's an AoE itself. Yeah, no, she's definitely a PvP unit. So I may go with her. I'm almost at 1,000 tickets for PvP, or 1,000 BP. So we'll see. Or BP pots. Well, yeah. Have a good day, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. All the above.